The Capstone Moment presentation this morning is Building Board Engagement for a Solid Foundation. It's presented by Catherine Blair of the James Graham Brown Foundation, Belinda Dinwiddie of the Community Foundation of Middle Tennessee, Jen C. Harley of the Self Family Foundation, Charlie Myers of the Cherokee Foundation, Melinda Sanders of the Keras Foundation, and this team had a Capstone Project coach, a Hall Fellow alumni, and one of my personal mentees, Sharon Gibbs of the Community Foundation of Greenville. So it's my great pleasure to introduce to you the next Capstone Moment on board engagement.
An engaged board is important for foundations, and there are steps that you as staff or trustee can take to improve board engagement. But what is it? And why is an engaged board so important for a foundation?
I hope for board members who really get in their gut, in their heart, in their mind, the essence of our mission.
Engagement by a board is crucial for staff to do its work. Without the right guidance and without their participation and their influence, staff can often be lost. An engaged board, especially when you're dealing with independent and private foundations, is critically important to ensuring donor intent. The farther removed you get from the donor's death, the more likely the foundation can stray unless the board stays engaged.
How can you, whether you're a board member or staff, improve board engagement at your foundation? Here are 5 steps to build your board's engagement. Step 1 is to survey the terrain. Ask your foundation board and staff to complete self-assessments, like the ones in the white paper accompanying this video, to find out how engaged your board is now. Alston P. Watt, Executive Director of the Williams Family Foundation in Georgia, says that every board member should feel that their skill sets are being utilized. There is nothing worse than being asked to join a board and you just sit there for an hour and are not asked to bring your skills to the table. Once you've measured your starting place, you can build from there. Step 2 is to assemble all the materials. Board meeting attendance and preparation are the 2 most important factors to promote board engagement, according to a survey of Southeastern Foundation CEOs.
An engaged board has the best interest of the foundation in the forefront of its service, and it is present and aware of the job at hand.
When a board member doesn't attend, we don't have their input. I mean, we don't have the richness that they can bring to it.
With all your materials in place and ready to go, you can form a strong foundation built to last. The third step is to use strength of each board member, whether a financial whiz, an expert in healthcare, a well-connected community member, or an enthusiastic newcomer. Each board member has talent and expertise to offer. As one board member put it, the talent is there. Use it.
Board members who are productive are board members who are aware of why they are present on the board, why they have been chosen to be on the board, which means that they are aware consciously of the particular talents, insights, and experience they bring to the board members' deliberations.
If I was creating a board foundation, I would look for a very broad range of people. I'd want someone who had been a community volunteer. I'd want someone who had run a corporation. I'd want someone who was connected to the community and knew what the needs were. And then I'd find somebody who had expertise in areas that we were going to focus our giving.
Each board member has something different to offer, and those individual strengths, once put together, create a stronger foundation. Step 4 is to use board meetings to think big picture, to shape the overall framework of your foundation's philanthropy. To answer questions like, do these grants fulfill the foundation's mission, its strategic goals? Allow staff to decide the details and handle the day-to-day operations. Frank Weidman, CEO of the Self Family Foundation, says that in a staffed foundation, the board's role is not being too involved in the day-to-day operations, but to be stewards of the endowment and help guide and shape the work of the staff.
I think we really need to just sit back every year or two and look at our mission and make sure that we're following the guidelines that we set up, getting back just to the basics. I think is important.
When there's slippage is when board members, well-intentioned, get involved in micromanaging the staff or try to get involved in the day-to-day management of the organization.
With the board focused on the overall framework of your foundation, they will feel their time is being used well, and the staff will have input and guidance on the most important issues. The last step to improve your board's engagement is to add a little educational varnish. Utilizing site visits, reading materials, speakers, and one-on-one conversations between staff and board members can ensure that each member of the board is always learning.
We once a year hire a shuttle bus and we load our entire board on and we go do site visits together. We pick 2 or 3 of our agencies that we have funded and we get to go and do a tour, and they get to get on the ground, feet on the ground with the people that they have helped fund. That has had maybe the most impactful result of coming back and really feeling like they've got a grasp of the impact of dollars to actual lives being influenced because of the work of the foundation.
When board members learn more about the impact of their foundation, the issues affecting their community, or the changes in philanthropy, generally, the board will be more excited about the work they do. With a board more fully engaged in the work of your foundation will be poised to make lasting social change in your community and will do its work more effectively and strategically than ever. Christine Karbowiak, CAO, CRO, and Executive Vice President, Bridgestone Americas Incorporated, believes that foundations are the backbone, the core that will continue to help organizations.
When we have the right board, we're able to fulfill that mission in a way that will leave a legacy